5 VUSD school board members, and she loves to read to kids. And she agreed to come and read to you today as well. You guys are so lucky. So, thank you.
This was the only thing I could do. That would be the best part of this job. This is the best part of this job. All right. Thank you. It's good to be here today. I'm going to read you the Sneetches. Probably heard it before, but that's okay. It's a good story. Now, the Starbelly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The Plain Belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. And you have your Sneetches with and without. But because they had stars, all the Starbelly Sneetches would brag we're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. Will have nothing to do with the Plain Belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the Starbelly children went out to play ball, could a Plain Belly play in the game, get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the Plain Belly children had none upon theirs. See stuff like that now, huh? Just don't have stars on our bellies. When the Starbelly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the Plain Belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near. And that's how they treated them year after year. Who's having all the fun? Starbellies, yeah. Then one day, it seems, while the Plain Belly Sneetches were moping and doping along on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clear and keen, my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, and I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. There's Sylvester McMonkey McBean in the strangest car that you've ever seen. Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, you want stars like a Starbelly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they clamored and signed. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the Plain Belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now how in the world will we know, they all frowned, of which kind is what, or the other way around? How can you tell the difference?
The ones are by the machine.
They look the same to me. Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and it will cost, all it will cost you is $10 each. I'd say Mr. McBean's pretty enterprising.
It's a scam.
That's right. He creates a problem and then he comes up with a solution. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on Mars. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely.
It's a reverse.
It is reverse. Then with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star machine. And, of course, then from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of the day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again, through the machines they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept running through, until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. You get in the wrong line and you get in trouble.
I wonder if you can get two stars line.
Yeah, that's a good question. That might make them better, huh? Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They'll never learn. Now, you can't teach a Sneetch.
Jeez.
So he has all their money. And nobody knows who's supposed to have stars and who isn't. But McBean was quite wrong. I am quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon Mars. And there you go. Time for one more?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do the Zacks.
I want to see.
One day making tracks in the prairie of tracks came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zack said. I say, you're blocking my path. You're right in my way. I'm a north-going Zack, and I always go north. Get out of my way now and let me go forth. Who's in whose way? Snapped the south-going Zacks. I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I ask you to move, and let me go south in my south-going groove. The north-going Zacks puffed up his chest with pride. I never, he said, take a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zacks, that I can stand here in the prairie of tracks for 59 years if I live by rule that I learned as a boy back in the south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule, never budge in the least, not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here not budging, I can and I will. If it makes you and me, the whole world stand still. Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zackses and left them there standing, unbudged in their tracks. Life goes on. And that's it. Surprise.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for sitting quietly. It's good to read to a quiet crowd. Thank you. Yes, you are.
This is your third time here today. I knew I had seen some familiar faces. We had different classes throughout the day.
Ah.
Math to science to PE to art. They all brought in different groups. So
That's good.
some of them crossed over. They got a great day of reading.
Three. My bad.
Space class, please stand up.
I wouldn't miss this. Hey, dude, I wouldn't miss Victoria's. I wouldn't miss Wilson. Yeah, Miss Okay, I'm a reader. Hey, help me down. Help me down.
It's actually on. It's still broadcasting.
Okay, those teachers saw that.
We're being recorded. Miss Gray?
No!